Hello, I'm back. They disconnected? What the heck? Oh, it's almost 5, that's why. Our internet dips when it's like 5 o'clock or something. Yes, Sean Sketches is also great. He's so young. Really? I'm surprised. Is he our age? I actually don't remember. It's good to know like young animators too. There's a lot of them, to be honest. A lot of young animators. But I'm just out of that game for now. I'll probably check out much more onto storyboard artists. I think he's like 18, I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, kind of like around my age. Yeah. His painting skills is also insane too. Yeah. True that. Oh, my laptop is lagging. Hello? Never mind. He's 20, same as me. Yeah. I guess we're all the same actually. I'm also 20. I'm gonna turn like, oh god, I'm gonna turn like 21 now. Excuse me. I'm gonna turn 21. Sheesh. To work too, because I need to get my unemployed ass to work. But it's unfortunate there's not that much studio here, and I still suck at living on my own. What have you been drawing? Too young for someone to be skilled. really young. I started around like what, 4 or 5, and I was like, I usually just do more observing, like draw, and then I will copy it. I took it seriously, like serious when I'm in, studying anatomy, poses, perspective. Probably late elementary, like I was grade 6 or something, maybe 12 years old. I get to be. I mean, I wasn't illustrating. It's more me sketching stuff. I didn't really start illustrating since I started digital art, to be honest, and that's pretty recent. I mean, I did some illustrations back then, but I wouldn't call them illustrations, to be honest, because they look really bad. I didn't count them, and I was just struggling with traditional medium. Basically, I just like sketching. I don't want to color. I don't want to ink that up. I'm too lazy. Let me just sketch, either with a pencil or a pen. And then I started like digital art around, I was 18 years old, so like 2019, 2020. And I didn't know how to illustrate. I didn't even know what to do with digital art, what software to use, how to draw. And the tablet I'm using is not what I'm always used to, so everything is new to me. And after a few months, I get to settle, like experimenting, finding the style, and all that jazz. And now I kind of like, a bit chill now. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know all the stuff that I need to do. I know where my strengths at. I know where I'm weak at, and I know where to work at, all that stuff. And I'm basically comfortable now. Yeah, on digital art. and I just illustrate on the regular now instead of sketching and doing studies, unlike the past few years I've been doing. I'm much more of a sketchbook artist back then too. I just like the sketchbook feel to it. Just drawing sketchbooks. I wasn't the artist that illustrates and all that stuff. I just draw. Oh, I also draw on only scrap paper right then too. I just draw a lot. Well, 13 months now to be exact. Yeah, I don't also post my old works back then. I just don't like posting those stuff really. And some of my drawings are inappropriate to be posted, so not gonna risk that one. I didn't expect to drawing to be a serious thing too. I still find it as a hobby, but I'm just so determined to I want to get good at it. Because here's the thing, when you see someone's artwork, right, you're really pleased on looking at it, and I want to have that feeling too when I'm making my own artworks. So I just started over a year ago. Yeah. Oh, you mean started drawing? Actually drawing traditionally or digitally? So, wow. That's pretty. I feel fairly new to the game, basically. I mean, learning how to draw or drawings back when I was a kid, I guess it helps learn drawing much more faster. Because when I learned how to animate, it was just faster, I guess. It took a couple of months to get the gist of animating. But that's took so much time, to get this good. So I don't think it's preferable to start, or it just affects a huge margin of it, I guess. I mean, yeah, it takes time to get the muscle memory to draw anything, hands, feet, eyes, nose, mouth, face, and all that jazz. But to be honest, if you are I do extreme videos and never art and then myself because it came to me. Oh my god, you're basically the same as me. And we're doing stuff, so I started a bunch of YouTubers. You're basically just like me. I watch a lot of Kim Jung-gi videos also. I actually try to draw like him too. I'm trying to copy his style and all that stuff. Of course I don't share it and all that, because that's just flat out copying. Because I didn't like alcohol. copying and then, claiming that it's mine. I just like this style, really admire this stuff. But it's really difficult to like try to be like him, to be honest, because you have to like really learn from the ground up, like learning structures and all that stuff. And the way he makes use of perspective is really complicated too. So, I mean, starting out, it's gonna be difficult because there's a lot of fundamentals to go through. But it's not that. But once you like mastered all of those, like perspective and enemy and all that stuff, all that common stuff, you'll be able to walk a breeze when it comes to styles, theme, and basically what makes up your art. It just makes it faster, to be honest, once you get the principles and fundamentals. I mean, I used to draw stick figures too. I mean, that's how I started. That's how everyone starts, with the glue stick man. And there are actually animators that just draw stick figures, but they're god tier animators despite the stick figures. Most important. Do you have any memories? Let me show you my Insta or something. Probably won't be able to, like, I guess critique you, but I can probably tell you which or where to go first. Volume forms like you're going to, it's a like, yep. And if you're like wanting to really get into like the fundamental concepts, which most of us really skips, to be honest, because they're too simple or really obvious, I guess, that a lot of artists often skip. And that's like drawing cubes, others lines, and really the topic that was discussed on art school, or an art class that nobody cares about, because it's like really obvious, right? And tackling about this harmony stuff, color theory, and those like learning how this forms, like basic shapes like a cone, cubes, and all that stuff that nobody wants to deal with because we already understand it. But mastering those actually are really good also, because they are the fundamentals after all. I think I know what I'm lacking, but there are so well. If you know where you're like lacking at, or having like, let's say you know that you made a mistake, like for example, in my drawing here, there was something wrong with the arm, so I tried to fix it. But most beginners, like, they know something is wrong, but they don't know how to solve it. And I think that's a skill to be the best skill to have, to be honest, is that you know where you're wrong or where you need more improvement. And that's basically the best way. I mean, I guess you're how do I say this? In a way, you're being your own critique, because that's how I learned. Back when I was starting art, I wasn't just. I mean, I don't have any peers or anyone to help me out on learning art, so I just be my own critique. Like, what is wrong with my art? What doesn't make it look good? What do I need to do to make it look good? And all that stuff. And that's where my intuition comes in. Hey, if I do this, would it look cool? And if I try it, would it look cool? So it's basically a matter of looking good. I mean, it's not that, I guess, specific or technical, but it really helps a lot. And having that standard is just what I need. If it looks cool, if it looks good, then it's good. If something looks wrong, try something to make it look good. I also use a lot of references back then, like how would the head look at this angle and what should I do? So I look up references for it and try to draw it. But yeah, we need sometimes we just need some help, like other artists to point out what we're missing. So I guess in a way it's much more faster to see it. Like what do we need to do to make it improve? What do we need? And what else are we lacking here? Yeah, I just did lots and lots of studies. Yeah. That's the thing about studying, though. Like you have to base off. It's mostly basing off of other materials instead of your own thing. I mean, Ethan Becker, is that right? Ethan Becker, the one on YouTube, says don't draw from imagination, which I guess, which I agree with. To be honest, if you're starting out, please don't do that. Please don't draw from imagination, especially you're still starting out, because you need to like build a visual library, right, before you can actually draw from imagination, like what I'm doing here, what I did here, because I'm having a visual library of what the human anatomy looks like and what pants looks like. I dig it. I can draw those without references, but if you don't have the visual, visual library for it, and you haven't drawn it ever since, then yeah, I recommend using references. And in that way, you're just building up muscle memory and just trying to memorize how lines flow or the lines look. Then you can. Then you're basically building up visual library. Draw from memory. Yeah, it's basically that. It's basically memorizing, muscle and mentally. I mean, most of the time, this is just muscle memory. Like what I did here. It isn't. If I'm like, there's more thought process needed, it would be probably designing, but this one is more onto muscle memory because I don't have to design him that much, and it's just mostly drawing muscle, and I draw this a lot back then, so I basically memorized it, and then there it is. It's just a breeze to me. I just let my hand flow. It's a great hack for me, to be honest. I just don't even have to think about it at all. I mean, it's kind of brain dead because you're just drawing the same thing over and over again until your hand is like, yeah, I get this, and then your hand is just like automatically drawing it. It's kind of brain dead, but it's awesome because you don't have to think at all. Got it, thank you. Glad you liked it, and glad I could help, because I'm the worst when it comes to explaining this stuff. Okay, just hooking up my laptop. I'll probably draw again, but I gotta find some references, like for some fan art I want to do for Demon Slayer. But I'll just probably draw random poses at the meantime, so and I could just throw in some character design there in case. Well, anything to get better, right? Yep. And I think people are just annoyed hearing the solution. Oh, just draw and you'll get better. I mean, what else can we answer? It's how we got better. We just draw more. And it's I kind of feel bad those people. I just draw. I just draw. That's how I improve. And yeah. What else do I do to get better? Well, I draw. No, I think it's pretty something. Talent, I guess, also really exists for hours to build the skill. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there are others that are just started early. Also, that's why they got good so young, I guess. But I don't care about the age part on like the art community. I think it's really stupid, I guess. Hot take for me, I guess. Just because you're young doesn't mean you're like a god from it. You're a god from art. It's just, but I guess it is impressive that someone that young can do artwork that looks really good. But at the same time, not everyone. This is not the standard, and I hope that the basis of age as the thing that find them impressive is something I don't like. Like, I'm here for their art, not their age. Don't feel bad, bro. If I don't say your best, probably not. I mean, what? Yeah, that's true. I guess it's because of how I simply put it out. Is what people find it annoying. Like, they're looking for a specific answer, but what they're questioning is so general. Like, hey, how do I improve? Well, you draw. A general question is for a general answer. But if they ask, hey, I'm having a problem with arms, how do I improve? Like, when it comes to angles of the arm, how do I improve the drawing hands? Okay, that's when I can probably help out with a much more like specific solution or an answer to help them out. See, a specific question will have a specific answer. Yeah, like Jungi has tickets on a 14-year-old car. God though. Yeah, he went to art school, right? Art school in Korea is like a whole new level. Like, holy. And they can take up art class around high school too. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if his kids are like good at drawing because it is influential. So, for example, if your whole family is into arts, then yeah, it's obvious that they'll be good too. How to get? Oh, practice sad face. Yeah, I mean it's like those questions, like on that type of question. Okay, I'm gonna sketch out like a pose for a second. I'm just gonna draw a random one. Just gonna draw a random pose and see like what I can come up with. Excuse me. I just keep burping all day for some reason. I don't like those questions. I get pretty vague ones on TikTok all the time. Some brain dead people on there. Oh my god, you use TikTok. I haven't used TikTok yet because because I know I'll be going through that type. I mean, that's the problem, right? You give out vague questions, they ask vague questions, and when you give like vague answers, I'm like, bro, what are you expecting? And some of them like asks for favors and stuff like that. I don't like that, man. I don't like that. It's a case I literally use it for social. Well, congrats! I haven't used TikTok. I don't know what to post there, so I haven't really used it. I haven't even installed it ever in my life. And the fact that a lot of other social media are like trying to copy TikTok is just ugh. Like, come on. If people want to see short videos, they will go to TikTok. They're not gonna stay in your website. Cool. People are just doing like that. Be like that. Like they rather have a ton of social media accounts. I mean applications. I got so annoyed at YouTube, like, why are there shorts? I wanna see this stuff. Is it advertisement? Shit. Yeah, basically TikTok. Man, should I try it too and post my like time lapses and all that stuff? But to be honest, I just don't want to like have another social application on my phone because I'm trying to reduce my what do you call this, screen time on my devices, because I do nothing all day but like check my phone, and it's like, yeah, this is not healthy, this ain't it, sis. Like, if you see my screen time on YouTube, it's like 12 hours a day, like 10. Sheesh. But I do like watching stuff, so. I even forgotten what my DeviantArt account is. OMG, shorts irritate you so much, bro. Right, exactly. It's so annoying. Like, I'm here to watch videos, but this is just, it's getting in the way. Like, if I want to watch short videos, people will go to TikTok. That's just how it goes. The speeder sounds applications. Oh, and by the way, Facebook is so prominent in our country. So I was like, should I post my stuff on Facebook? But at the same time, I'm like, the Facebook is kind of eh. Like, my relatives would see my stuff, and I don't want that. Yeah, don't install it. Then it's hell addictive. I got one good video, then I used to check advertising. How my kids doing? Yeah, basically. YouTube Shorts and just ends. Yes, yes, that's true. It's very unhealthy. Yeah, but my screen time is the worst. I tried to install games so I can at least, stop watching, at least do something on my free time. But that just got worse. It doesn't get worse, man. I was like, yeah, let's just our time and from our phone devices and stuff, so I can just reduce it at least. And just looking at social media is not that healthy for me. I'm mentally weak. I get triggered so easily. Ew, not FB. I know, right? Facebook is so prominent here. I don't know why. I literally search up a word. For example, I search up turtlenecks, and all of a sudden, all like applications recommends me turtlenecks. Like, bro, do I even have privacy anymore? And the political stuff on Facebook here in the Philippines is wild. Like, holy crap, bro. The fact that people posting like dumb stuff and misinformation is wild. Like, I just cannot get that up. But I have to like have Facebook because I have my friends there and there's no other way to chat. we all of us Filipinos like use Messenger for everything. For chatting, for communicating, everything. Facebook. I think Facebook is really prominent here on Southeast, which I don't like at all. They're listening. Yeah, they really are. And the sad fact is that I wasn't able to order a turtleneck. Like, come on. This stuff is so sketchy. I'm not gonna. This ain't it, sis. I actually don't know what to sketch. Post. Share source. That's link out. So good. This is what happens when you draw with pen, folks. I drew a lot with pen. With what is this called? Pilot GTEC, which is basically the most fancy pen you can have here on the Philippines. Every study guru has it. And I just started drawing with pen so I can like, you know, throw in these lines without any worry. But this is digital art, so I can erase it. I actually want to write with swords. Alright, yeah, let's do that. I'm really rough on this one. Because I just want to have that pose in. When did you scan G-Pen? I use my G-Pen as like my coloring. Yeah, you can see how much of a big boy it is. It's so thick. But those are like for filling out and stuff. This is probably similar to G-Pen, but I just found it on Clip Studio Assets. It's like a simple, like, not that much pressure, not that much line variety. Yeah, as you can see, this is how thick it goes. This is how thin it goes. But I don't like having so much line variety because it's messing me up. And if I want to like make my line sticker, I just use this tool, which is adjust the line width, which as you can see, it makes the line thicker. But I'm mostly on the process of finishing stuff where I use them. Pressure sensitivity maxed out. Damn. Yeah, I maxed it out. Man, I used to obsess around like like digital brushes. I'm like, the brushes are not very good. My art sucks because of it. Like, I really pissed out because I couldn't find like the perfect brush for me. So I settled with, this kind of brushes where it's so simple that, yeah, I'm just like not stressing about it anymore, to the point that, yeah, I would use a round brush and that's okay. It took me a while to like cope with it, like accept the fact that you're not gonna do well with even if even you got the brushes that you want, so pucker up. And I think it's much more impressive that I can do stuff with a round brush, with a simple round brush, instead of obsessing with what brush I need to use. The brushes that don't look good or whatever. These are these parts too. Hmm. Traditional to be done. Chemical pencil is this size, but a G pen is going back in this or something. Yeah, I was just like, hey, none of this felt right. These brushes are so like, ugh, stressing me out, and I couldn't. It's not the same feeling, I guess, compared to like how I did traditionally. Like, I still much prefer the mechanical pencils look traditionally instead of how it looks digitally, which really bothers me a lot back then. I'm just like, ugh, how the feeling enjoy drawing it. I don't enjoy how it looks or how it feels to draw it. So I got so triggered. But I just, at the end of the day, I settled with it. I actually tried, accidentally attempt to do with a simple brush, and I actually liked it, surprisingly, because it's so simple. Reminiscent of what I did traditionally. I mean, it's not the same, but it's better. Sheesh, our dogs are barking. But yeah, that's the most difficult part when I was transitioning from traditional art to digital. Nothing feels right on the first time. That is to be expected. I just gonna go for this chance now. Plus, I mean, I can just like millions and millions of pixels when I was a beginner because I thought the bigger, the better the quality. Yeah, that's true. Oh god, I remember that time I was using Paint to Design. I was like, I cranked up the pixels so high. My computer was so laggy back then too. Oh god. And I have to like maniacally put in the fill up the stuff. Oh god, it's giving me flashbacks. But I was just like, let's compromise, alright? This ain't it, sis. I think this is like what, an A5 or A4 kind of size. Yeah, I just made it square. I even compressed this too. I don't know what to do with this one, to be honest. Well, I have a dagger here. And I was like, why can't I add any more layers? That's true. It's eating up the RAM so much. Like, holy crap. It's oh man, that would use have a huge chunk of memory too. Like it would just eat your storage up. That's why I was like, yeah, let's make this smaller. Because I was like running out of storage from my laptop right now. Yeah, we need to make this smaller, like a few megabytes, please. Because I was running out of storage. I didn't have a terabyte too. It was like a few hundred gigs of storage, and that was like getting filled up because of art files, which very much sucks. And I do not recommend that. I recommend you a lot of storage. So you can archive most of your stuff. I don't even look that much on my old artworks anymore. Oh, damn. I don't even remember what my art looks like. Another artist I know. But you should look back to your artworks to learn stuff. I'm like, nah. I ain't looking at my shit back then. It's trash. And I think if you like try to look up my old art back then and try to compare it right now, it has so many differences. Like holy moly! Someone was never found it. It was 1.5 gigs. Like damn. Yeah, it eats up your storage so crazy. Like, why? My first size would be like 700. Oh my god. My computer would crash if that happens. Like, here's the thing. Right now, on Clip Studio, if I have a brush that is 200 size, it will crash. Like, my computer just nope itself out. Like, this ain't exist. I ain't doing this. I ain't handling your brush. My brush is like what? Your brush, which is simple. But if I crank this up to 200, my computer is gonna crash. Like it will just commit suicide. Not liking this so far. I really don't know what to do with this arm. Probably because the chest is throwing me off or something. Or this arm. But now I managed to like figure out a perfect size to like have details that I want and have it in a reasonable size where I can draw like this. Because I figured that drawing far like this is much more better than zoomed in. and having a big canvas with like, yeah, it's like asking for trouble if you ask me. Because I don't like zooming in. I mean, that doesn't apply to everyone, but yeah. As long as your DPI is 300 plus, it's not good. Yeah, just 300 DPI, you're all good. You're good to go. That's all you need. The DPI is much more important, to be honest. I mean, probably if you're working into an industry, you would need a big canvas, that's for sure. But their computers are a beast, so they can handle it. But that's just the industry. Man, this arm. I'm just gonna BS my way to this arm because it's frustrating me for a bit. Because I don't know how to make it work. What are you sketching, by the way? I'm just sketching out some random poses in case that I want to make this an illustration. That's how I usually do. I just sketch out random poses, and if I like the pose, I would try to put in some design of whoever character I'm gonna put in to this pose. So I'm just gonna figure out the pose first before I can jump in and put in the designs of a character that I want to put in. I'm just trying to figure out the pose and its anatomy, at least for now. And so far, there's a lot of erasing going on. Because that also is really like hungry for your computer. Like any Adobe stuff will just like chunk away your computer. Just eats it away. Like I don't know why it's so like demanding. And I do see like a lot of complaints about it. So that's why I even tried it out to my computer and I was like, why is it so slow? Like the way I stroke is so slow, and I really strokes fast. I want to draw fast, man. Like that's my whole thing. I speedrun my drawings. But please take your time in drawing. Don't be like me. Yo, that's genius pre-sketching poses. Mind if I steal that technique? That is really temple. If I just sketch up poses when I'm in the zone. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, yeah, that's how I do most of my stuff. I just sketch up random poses, like random parts of the body, and then take that chunks out, and then put a design on it. And yeah, I usually come up with this stuff so I can like have a stock, I guess, have a stock of sketches that I can reuse or use. Hello, thank you for joining the stream. I gotta be quick. I wanna go through comments and revise though. Yeah, I've been so. I used to like go into competitions like cartooning, editorial cartooning, which is nothing what I do right now, by the way. Because editorial cartooning is like those cartoons that you see on newspapers, which are pretty exaggerated, caricatured also. And those are like have a different principle of drawing also. And we on this in that competition we have to draw in 1 hour, and we have to practice to be fast at drawing basically. And I got so used to it that I always draw an hour, and if I draw past that I would be tired. Like I get so distracted most of the time if it's past 1 hour or maybe 2. But right now I'm trying to take my time for now. What program to use to draw? I'm using Clip Studio Paint, which is basically a better Photoshop. It does look Photoshop too, with the interface. I've heard people using Krita. I actually wanted to use Krita back then when looking for softwares to use digitally, but it was so slow for some reason. And I'm blaming my computer again for that one. Because I heard it's faster on Linux. Linux, is that right? And I'm on Windows, so it's so slow. Like sometimes it will crash. That's all going on. Thank you. And I didn't like Krita's interface for some reason also. It is kind of unfortunate. I actually wanted to get into it because it also has animation features. I think a friend of mine uses Krita. Still uses Krita. I used to use Paint.sci, I think. And then Paint.sci is like everyone's first time software. It's so good, it's so simple, it's just perfect. And I think software is like a huge deal. It's really a more preferential thing. If it works for you, you like it, yeah, go for it. Stick to it. But I really just fell in love with Clip Studio's features so much that it also speds up my process. So, and I like that a lot. So I stick to this and try to learn the interface as much as possible. As I possibly can. Clip Studio is great at Adobe. That's true. But the industry says otherwise, which is unfortunate. I mean, if you're talking about Adobe, like those compositing apps, Adobe is still the king to that, like compositing and video editing. I mean, video editing is probably, there are like different softwares that are also good there right now. But the competition is, I guess, getting wild. But so far, it's usually just Adobe. It's just industry standard for now. Still. And I always draw continuing pants now because it's easier. If I had a better computer, maybe I could stick to Photoshop then. But anyways, man, it is too slow. Oh, nice, you get pro grade. Yeah, they don't Photoshop and Illustrator. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like it's the only app they know. And it's expensive. Like, why? Wouldn't it be better than have other stuff? I also should mention Blender also, because they're free, right? And they have animation feature too. You can animate in Blender, but Blender is too complex in my opinion. But that's just probably because it's a 3D software, not the usual 2D animation tool. I couldn't learn it, which just sucks. Yeah. Okay, now I'm having troubles with the legs. What the heck? Potions like 7 years ago, but that's true. Like, why? Why do I have to wait? Why do you have to load all my stuff? I always do this. Like, there's just way too many, I guess, floats. Stuff on Photoshop, that's why it's so slow. And I hate that. I really do. I just don't like slow stuff, especially when I'm the type of girl to speedrun my artworks. You're still here, Pug. Yep, still here. I'm just gonna sketch before I take off. Damn, 45 seconds. That would be perfect. Yeah, that's true. Oh wow, we're almost 5 hours on the stream. Nice. I'll probably just finish this off with the blades, and then I'll probably end the stream there. Because my throat, I think my throat is like getting fucked right now. It's been a while since I've talked, so yeah, expect this kind of stuff. Oh my god, this leg is bugging me out. Just make it a stick. Hydrate. Yeah, I should. I should get a drink. Okay, hold up. We gotta do that. Take a look at this one. Hello, neck. Okay. When feet are just difficult. I just have no idea how to draw them. I'm gonna put the blades up here, and then probably in the apex, and then when I can't tell if I'm getting much sleep. Triple hair. I'm not sure. What is this?